Hello everyone, we'll do the dictation practice of exercise 14 and 15. The speed will be 60 words per minute. So let's begin with exercise 14 first. It is gratifying to notice that the Indore bar has grown over the decades and produced eminent lawyers and judges whose contribution to the legal field has been significant in the mighty freedom struggle that took place prior to independence. The role played by the bar and its leaders in this country is memorable. Mahatma Gandhi, who held the torch of freedom struggle with unparalleled courage and dedication, was himself a lawyer. So was the case with other eminent leaders of the freedom movement like Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, and innumerable other leaders. Legal profession in any politically organized community has got a unique place among intellectual professions. In our constitution, we have adopted democracy as a way of life based on the rule of law and supported by the triple arch of liberty, equality, and justice. In the preamble to our constitution, we have proclaimed these as basic guarantees under our political system. As you are aware, for a democratic system to function effectively, not only should there be meaningful checks and balances of various organs, but they must all be coordinated for ensuring the progress of a country. While the legislature, as a democratically elected body, is entrusted with all the task of deliberation and making law, the judiciary, with all the independence at its command, is entrusted with the supreme responsibility to administer justice, and that must be done according to law. Laws are made in the legislature not for adorning the legislature, not for adorning the statute books, but to serve the purpose of socio-economic change. They are born in response to demands arising from the unsatisfied, nevertheless legitimate human desires and ambitions. Indian philosophers consider the dharma, which embodies different laws and duties as supreme. The Upanishads, which echo our philosophy, observe law is the king of kings, far more powerful than they. There is nothing higher than law, and by its prowess, as by that of the highest monarch in heaven, the wheel shall prevail over the strong, and justice will triumph. Neither the Constitution nor laws created under the Constitution are ends in themselves. They are created for the purpose of meeting the challenges the society faces in social, economic, and political spheres as well from time to time. Democracy is always entitled to lean on the power of the Constitution and law for the purpose of bringing about the socio-economic reforms for its poor people, the object being attainment of a welfare state. Even though we have guaranteed freedom of life, liberty, expression, and belief inter alia under our constitution, we have yet to guarantee freedom to the teeming millions from want and ignorance. In this country, out of over 60 crore people, 80% live in the villages. It is the responsibility of those who consider themselves as the cream of the society to endeavor to ensure that not only the basic human rights of unfortunate millions are protected, preserved, and defended, but also endeavor to improve their economic conditions and life. We have to do everything to assure them that they need not go to sleep with empty stomachs in the night, but they can also wake up in the morning with the prospect of having a happy day for them and their families. It is in this delicate phenomenon of bringing about a socio-economic transformation peacefully by the force of laws derived from the Constitution. We desire that all intellectuals should play a very important role. The role of lawyers in meeting the challenges a nation faces from time to time has been ever unique. The legal profession is considered noble not only because the administration of justice is assisted adequately, but because the profession upholds the right of dissent and also fights for the rights of those who are unjustly deprived. In the early days of the Greek and Roman empires, the functions of a state were exclusively confined to ensure security of the state and to administer justice. Societies from time immemorial have been conflict ridden. As long as basic instincts in man continue to prevail over his actions, conflicts in one form or the other are inevitable. A state which fails to resolve conflicts through the instruments of law will no more enjoy the confidence of its subjects. It is in this context that members of the legal profession can help the courts in administering justice well and effectively. Justice should not be delayed, nor should justice be hurried. To the age old adage, justice delayed is justice denied. It may be appropriate to add justice hurried is justice buried. When justice is to be done between two conflicting groups or individuals, all aspects are to be carefully considered and weighed, and adequate opportunity of being heard will have to be given before delivering a verdict, because any verdict may affect the future generation as well. This is where the legal profession has a very delicate and vital role to play in protesting against the cruelty and crimes committed against human rights. It is essential to provide machinery to judge and punish them also. Stop. Now translate this exercise in English and check from the screen and get ready for the another one. Exercise 15. Sir, let me at the outset congratulate the finance minister for having given us a budget which is nothing but a continuation of the past. At least he has not in the name of wanting to do something dynamic receded. Sir, we had hoped that the finance minister would not be able to produce a miracle as such, and always this excuse is given. We had 3 months. I did not have the advantage of planning commission's consultation. I did not have the advantage of state's consultation, and therefore, within these constraints and within that framework, I had to present, and I presented the best smiling face that I could. That is understood. When he said that we are trying to be true to the promises given in the manifesto by the present government, that is what I was trying to look at least the direction in the budget. I must say that in this budget, at least apart from some words paying compliment, praise, and lip sympathy to the agricultural sector, to the rural industry, to handloom, to powerloom, to handicrafts. Let us see what are the facts. What has he provided for handloom and handicrafts? Let me take up this point. Just now, he has provided only rupees 34 crores, and he himself says that it will give employment at least to 25 lakh people. Now imagine the magnitude of this problem. There are a minimum of 4 crore unemployed people and 14 crore underemployed people, and you are not able to touch the fringe of this problem. I am not going to take, sir, this discussion budget as a partisan issue. I am not going to discuss it as an issue of Congress versus the present government, and I am not going to waste my time in comparing what we did and what you have done in this regard. Sir, a good thing has happened, namely, a two-party system has emerged. Let us together decide in this country how we can serve the people of this country best. That is more important. If that is important, then let us see the direction. In spite of all the constraints, you have not shown a new direction, and I beg to submit that you cannot show a new direction unless some of your leaders make a complete breakaway from the present system. In spite of all that has been done in the past, the fact remains that, sir, in our country, we have two economies running, namely the economy of a mini India and the economy of maxi India, or the economy of 3 crores of people and the economy of the remaining 80 crore people. It is true that in the world today India stands third in technological know-how and expertise personnel. This being the case, practically today we are self-sufficient in every basic industry. It is a good thing, but that has nothing to do with the economy of 100 crores population of our country. I had a quarrel even with the previous minister over the budget proposals. I was critical earlier also. Right in my first speech in parliament, I said that we should pursue a system which will help in the growth of the people as a whole. The fault is not with the individual, the fault is with the system, a system where capital formation takes place in the hands of a few for the benefit of the few. Such a system can never be good. Today, what is the percentage of purchasing power in the market? It is 2.1% of our population. I had once asked the Planning Commission to give me the figures in regard to the earnings of the various income groups. Those people who earned between rupees 500 and rupees 5000 in this country constitute 2.0%, and those people who earn more than rupees 5000 per month constitute 1.0% of our population. The total percentage of these two income groups comes to 3.0%. These are the main people who have the purchasing power in the markets. So, the private sector, which controls the entire consumer goods industries, has the market for their goods. You are going to encourage them in the name of concession. You are going to encourage this corporate sector. When you say that you want to encourage the consumer goods industries, it is clear that these consumer goods industries are benefited because they are getting the profits and the margin of profit is higher, since these industries will control the purchasing power of the people. Are we going to change this picture? If you really want to change this picture, then the rural class must get the purchasing power, and there must be goods which should be produced in the rural sector so that they can buy those goods. Now, no goods could be produced in the rural areas. Stop. Now translate this exercise also in English and check from the screen. If you have any doubts, queries, you can write in comment box, and you can like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.